Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to teach you how to influence the people who are around you and how to positively change everyone that you come in contact with. Let's dive in. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how you scientifically, whatever it is that you expect, you usually end up creating in your life. And I want you to think about this. Is it possible to expect something to happen, and just by you expecting it to happen, you make it to happen? Sure, it is. It's actually something that's called a Pygmalion Effect. It is a psychological phenomenon where whatever you expect of someone, they will create within themselves. So what you expect in others, what you also expect within yourself, you will actually create in others, or you'll create in yourself. And this is super important for parents. It's important for teachers. It's important if you are a manager, a leader in some sort of way, any in work environment, but also any relationship that you have with another person. I'm going to give you a couple studies that have to deal specifically with children, but then I'm also going to give you studies after that that deal specifically with adults. And so when I'm speaking about children, it ain't just children. It's just living, breathing humans. So at its core, the Pygmalion Effect happens when one person's expectations for another person's behavior actually brings that behavior to reality. And so this is really important when you look at it and you realize, okay, for those of you guys that are parents or you want to be parents at some point in time, it's really important to understand the role of your expectations for your children and what becomes of them in their childhood development. You know, when you look in the early childhood development, the Pygmalion Effect shows the impact of positive reinforcement and expectations for the children, high expectations for them. Now, when I say high expectations, I want to be very clear on this because I've coached many people who have had, like for instance, I've seen a lot of people who have parents who are in the military, and because their parents were in the military, this is a vast generalization, just so you know. But I've seen a lot of people who have parents who are in the military, and because they are taught in the military to be very tough and hard on them and have really high expectations, because that's what the military has for them, they do that to their children. And so when I say high expectations, I don't mean like ridiculously high, like when a child comes home with an A, it's like, why did you not get an A+? Not those type of expectations that then actually lower the child's self-belief, but the expectations of what you actually believe is possible for them, right? If you expect, for instance, that your child is smart and your child is gifted, then there's a much better chance that you're going to interact with them differently. And because the way that you interact with them differently, they start to have more self-belief in themselves, they put more effort into it, and they actually become smarter. That's actually what happens, because a lot of times what's happening is we as humans get our self-belief and our identity and our perception of ourself from watching other people interact with us. And so, you know, on the other side of that, if you expect that your child is slower because, you know, someone told them that one time, or because they failed one test and you think that they're slower, you will, because of your expectations, treat them differently. You will treat them as such, and they will not advance as quickly as other children. On the other side of that, if you expect that your children are kind and they're sweet, they will be more kind around you. You will be more kind around them. And when they are around, you will be more kind to others to show them exactly how to be kind, because they're looking at you for how to understand how to work with the world. So your expectations of that child will change the way that you interact with them, you interact with the world around them, the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak to others when that child happens to be around, and it will then dictate what becomes of that child. So a lot of parenting in the past has been raising children based off of negative reinforcement. You know, so whether it's at home, whether it's at work, whether it's in the classroom, what we want to do is create an encouraging atmosphere that celebrates small victories, that challenges people to be better, and provides support when someone is challenged, and help them really create a positive self-image of themselves, because whatever someone believes of themselves, they're going to go out and create in the world. And so if we want our children, if we want our people that we lead, if we want our friends, if we want our significant others to be better people, to challenge themselves, to believe in themselves more, we must first embody that and create an environment where that is possible. So That's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me at Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. And if you love this podcast, you are definitely going to love something that's coming out that is called Mindset Mentor Plus. I am going to be announcing it soon. But basically, it is going to be for every single episode that I put out, there's going to be detailed worksheets, ways to integrate every single podcast episode into your life. There's going to be journaling prompts to help you journal through them. There's going to be assignments for every single episode to help you get deeper into understanding these and learning these. So you're not just passively learning and listening, but you're actually actively learning and you're more of a participant in this podcast. And there's also going to be exclusive Q&A sessions with me. There's going to be a lot of other bonuses. There's going to be an entire community that, of other listeners that you get to access and talk to and grow with. So if you're interested in learning more about it, go to mindsetwaitlist.com right now. The founding members, when we do announce it, are going to get a discount. And so we're going to email everybody on the wait list before we announce it on the podcast, before we put it on social media. So if you're interested in learning about that, go to mindsetwaitlist.com right now. And with that, I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make somebody else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.